Guys, Brady here. I haven't been doing videos lately or movie reviews. I have seen tons of movies as of late. I saw Avengers Endgame last month. I loved it. I saw John Wick Parabellum. I loved that. I saw Booksmart. Saw Aladdin. I've seen all these movies. I just haven't been doing much lately. I don't know. I don't know why. It's just that I don't know. But I just saw Godzilla King of the Monsters last night, and I really loved that movie. I thought it was way better than the first Godzilla movie. And so the topic of today is going to be King of the Monsters. So I had a bad feeling about this movie, that this was going to have like a bad score on Rotten Tomatoes, because The Crimes of Grindelwald has a rotten score, and that's a Harry Potter movie. And the Harry Potter movies have had consistent, fresh Rotten Tomatoes scores on Rotten Tomatoes, and then the new one has a rotten score, has like a 38% or 30 something percent right now. And I was like, if Harry Potter could have a rotten score, so can the MonsterVerse. And what do you know? Godzilla King of the Monsters has like a 50% Rotten Tomatoes right now, which is dumb. Like it should at least be at an 82%. The action is really good. The story, I enjoyed the story. Vera Farmiga's character, I understood her, what she was trying to do. It was a really good story arc with her. Something about her wanting to like have these have the monsters like fight each, like unleash the monsters, but like also to like, I guess, eradicate overpopulation or something like that. She said something about the Earth is heavily populated. We need to do something about it. It was something like that. I'm paraphrasing. I was like, wow, that's actually a really good point in the movie, and I thought that was a really good plot thread, I guess. But yeah, like the early reactions to this movie were all positive, and it got me pumped. And then I saw the screening last night, and I looked at my phone. I looked at my phone to see what Rotten Tomatoes has to say, and it was at like a 50 something percent. And I was like, this is bullshit. Like, what? Like, everybody's been raving about this movie. How could it be that low? And then the movie started, and I actually really enjoyed King of the Monsters. I'm not sure if it's better than Godzilla, or not Godzilla, Kong Skull Island. You know what? I don't know. I think Kong Skull Island, I think they're both equally great in my opinion. Maybe Kong Skull Island has a bit of an edge to it. That being the helicopter scene. I love that scene. One of my favorite action scenes in movies. Didn't really have that in Godzilla King of the Monsters, but they had really cool moments, really cool fight scenes in this movie. I get that the complaint of the first Godzilla movie, that there wasn't enough Godzilla in the movie, and that they focused too much on the human characters. And now this movie, there's a lot of Godzilla in this movie, and there's too much focus on the human characters. So you can't really fucking please the fan base. I'm not a Godzilla fan. I didn't grow up with Godzilla. I grew up with King Kong though. I loved King Kong. I have yet to see Godzilla versus King Kong and King Kong Escapes, but I've seen the 1976 movie, which is my least favorite King Kong iteration. I thought it was boring as hell. King Kong Lives, I thought was pretty good. I did not see the animated Mighty Kong that came out in like 99 or 98. I did not see that. I just heard about that last year for the first time. Like, there's an animated King Kong movie? What the fuck? And the 2005 King Kong movie, I thought was good. Her first hour and a half is unnecessary, but whatever. And Kong Skull Island, I loved. And let's not forget King Kong, the 1933 original. That is a fantastic monster movie, and it's what kickstarted the whole monster movie genre in 1933, because 11 years later we got Godzilla. And I actually love the original Godzilla. I love it more than the new one, the 2014 movie, which was god awful. It's not awful. It's just that it's I had tons of videos on why I don't like that movie. But yeah, and I've only seen the Godzilla movies that are called Godzilla. Like I have not seen King Kong versus King Kong this, King Kong that. I've never seen any of that. I've just seen Godzilla 1954, Godzilla 1998, and Godzilla 2014, and now Godzilla King of the Monsters. Those are the only Godzilla movies I've seen. Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought the cinematography in this movie was really good. Um, like I like the way like the camera. It's most of the movies. I think it's like handheld cam because you could see that the camera moving a little bit as characters are like looking up at the monsters. I thought that was pretty good. I mean, they had a steady cam, and the first Godzilla movie, which was the first Godzilla movie, had some really good cinematography. I'm not gonna deny that. Even though I had issues with the 2014 movie, the cinematography in that is breathtaking. It's a little better than the cinematography in that movie is a little bit better than this movie. This movie, there's some shakiness to the camera, mainly because it's handheld, and like I said, I don't know. I just like the way it looked from the character's perspective. Like it was at the, like you could just see, like the camera's like looking up at the monsters as if you are looking up at the monsters. It was just cool how they shot it. It's like how I would film monsters if I saw them. I'd be like ground level, just looking up like that with the camera. Like, oh my god, look, monsters and all that. So it was pretty cool how they filmed it. How they filmed that aspect of the movie. It wasn't like that throughout the majority of the movie. It's just like this one scene that I noticed it. It was the first time we see Godzilla and one of the monsters fight each other. They used that technique, and I thought it was a really cool way to shoot that scene. I enjoyed that scene. But yeah, 50%. That's preposterous. At that point, I deleted Flick scores off my phone. I am no longer gonna look up scores on Rotten Tomatoes anymore because I'm just tired of their nonsense. I mean, like Last Jedi, I didn't hate Last Jedi, but Last Jedi, I didn't love it either. I thought it was just okay. There's just so many pointless shit in the movie. It has a 91%. Like, how does that have a 91%? And Godzilla has a 50. That's beyond me. And it seems like all the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, they're not all of them are masterpieces, but like all of them have a fresh Rotten Tomatoes score. It's the only Cinematic Universe franchise that has consistent fresh scores off Rotten Tomatoes. The Harry Potter universe now has its first Rotten score. The DCU has tons of Rotten scores and like 3 fresh scores. Now the MonsterVerse with King Kong and Godzilla, they just got their first shit-stained score in the universe, and it's undeserving. It should be higher. Like, what the fuck? Do we really go into these movies for great character development? No. We go in there to see monsters wreck shit. I mean, like I said, I'm not much of a Godzilla fan. I do want to see the other 30 plus movies they've made, but yeah, I was expecting like fun monster action, and that's what I got in this movie. But like, it boggles my mind that like critics thought Age of Ultron is a better movie than this, and it's not. Age of Ultron is boring as hell. This movie did not bore me at all. But yeah, Millie Bobby Brown was actually pretty good in this movie. I wasn't too sure about her because I don't watch Stranger Things, and I just think she's over fucking rated because she's everywhere. But Millie Bobby Brown was really good in this movie. I enjoyed her character. Kyle Chandler's character I thought was really good. O'Shea Jackson, or whatever his name is, Jr. He's barely in it, but I liked him. Sally Hawkins' character is wasted in this movie. She doesn't really do much in this movie. She could have just been played by anyone else. Is there issues with this movie? Yes, Sally Hawkins being one of them. But like, there isn't much that I hated about this movie. I had tons of fun with this movie, And I think if you're a fan of monster movies, you should go see it. If you're a fan of Godzilla, you should go see it. If you want to see what's happening next in the MonsterVerse, go see this movie. Don't listen to the critics because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They'd rather give a movie that has tons of feminist overtones a fresh score than a movie that doesn't really have much of that and just focuses on monsters beating the shit out of each other. But yeah, I don't know. Go see Godzilla King of the Monsters. Don't listen to the critics.